and welcome back to your yoga mat. I'm Julie Farmer with Harmony Yoga. Like many of you, my heart is hurting these days with all that is going on in our world. And when we come back to our mat, we come back with this purpose, right? I love the shirt, practice your purpose. And so we're going to practice our purpose today. But yoga is really meant for the liberation of ourselves and for all beings. So, when we don't just come to the practice of yoga for our own selfish intentions, but really to be able to share the goodness that we create within ourselves, we're able to share that with other people. And so I've got this little quote here that says, yoga builds resiliency and interconnectedness, which leads to right action. So today, may your journey of self-knowing lead you to care about and to take action to create social justice in your corner of the world. Right? We all can't do everything for everywhere, but we can certainly do something in our own corner. As my daughter used to say, iron out your own wrinkle. So we've all got things that we can do in our own community. They say, hurt people, but also supported people support people, and loved people love people. So I'd like to really focus on the fact that there are more loving and caring and supportive people out there than there are people that are doing the hurting. But we can make a difference by letting our voice be heard, right? So let's, with that intention, come to our yoga practice today. And we begin by sitting nice and tall, closing the eyes, lifting up through the crown of the head, and taking a deep breath in. This time, breathe in the love and support that surrounds you. And exhale out all the hurt and the visions, the images that you've got in your head that are really negative and hurtful. And then this time, do that again. Breathe in the love and support that surrounds you. And now, can you more freely offer that love and support to those in your midst? Imagine doing that now with the breath. So any action begins with an intention, it begins with an image. So imagine that, breathing in the love and support again, maybe even recognizing the privilege that you come from. And then exhale out that love and support and that positive intention to the world. And in so doing, as we do that again, maybe a particular action comes to mind for you. And as we take that image out to the world, when we get finished with our practice today, we'll go out off of our mat, and may we let that action come to fruition. One more deep breath in, and exhale that out. We're so used to sharing the love with the ones we love, right? That's easy. That's the easy part, they say in the Bible. That's the easy part. But we're asked to share that love even with people we don't know, right? Not just the people that we love and that love us, but people that we don't know and don't necessarily love us. Can we first be the ones to love? And with that intention today, go ahead and come onto all fours as we move here. Move your blanket off to the side. Curl your toes under. Let's start out with a couple rounds of cat-cow here. Such a great way to warm up the spine. Inhaling, breathing in that love and support, and then exhale. Turn and look toward the belly, lifting the upper back up toward the sky, dropping the head a little more. And go back and forth one more time here. Take your time. Breathe in deeply. And exhale round. Let's go one more. As I tell you this little story I read on Reddit last night, a guy wrote in and said, what is it like to have supportive parents? Because I came from an abusive home, and I just wonder what that's like. And I tell you, the comments that came back were people saying, wow, I took my upbringing for granted. My parents did love and support me. Anything I did, they forgave me. And so if you come from that place of privilege, if you come from that place of love and support, offer gratitude for that today. And just know there are people that just don't even know what that's about. They can't comprehend that. So now stick your right leg back, curl the toes under, push back and stretch out the back of the leg. And then lift the leg hip height. I'm going to move back here on my mat. I always tend to do this. I come off the screen. All right, lift the right leg now is hip height. Curl the toes toward the knee so you're pushing through the heel. Draw the belly button up toward the spine. Push down through the right hand, reach the left arm forward. Stay here or gently draw the knee toward the elbow and extend back out. We'll do that a few more times here. Inhaling, knee to elbow, and exhaling out. And we'll do one more. Good. Reach back and grab the foot by bending the knee and then lift that up toward the sky. Or simply take a child's pose. If you've had enough here, come into child's pose. Push down more through your fingertips on the right hand. Good. Reach the left hand down, take the right foot out to the left side of your mat and get a gentle twist, not a twist, you're creating space in the right side of your body. Can you feel that? Moving the right hip away from the right shoulder, breathing into the right side. Good. Come back to all fours. This time we're going to spin the left toes out to the left. Again, we're going to reach the right leg back. So now we're pushing down through the left hand and the left knee. Reach the right arm up and over. Stack the hips. Look up under the right armpit. And then you can stay here, or again, we can draw knee to elbow and extend out. Do that again. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Reaching back, bend the leg, grab the foot, and open the heart, spin up toward the sky, kick the foot into the hand. Now everybody take a child's pose. Nice work there. Come back up to all fours. Extend the left leg back, curling the toes under, moving the heel back, strengthen and lengthen the back of the leg. That feels really good to me. Curling the right toes under this time. Lift the left leg, push down through the right hand. Sorry, right now we're going to push down through the left hand, reach the right arm forward. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Draw the belly button toward the spine. I'm going to back up again. Belly button toward the spine, extending out. And then we're going to go through that same pattern now. Inhale, elbow to knee, and exhale out. And inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale out, and bend the knee. Reach back, grab the foot, and lift that up toward the sky. Staying here with the breath. Good. As you release now, take the left foot out to the right. Both hands are pushing down. Push down through the fingertips to lighten the load in the wrist. Turn over the right shoulder. Lengthen the left hip away from the left armpit. Oh, yeah. Breathe out. Sigh out. Back to all fours, spin the right toes out to the right, push down through the right hand, reach the left leg up, and the left arm over. Stacking the hips now, turning and looking up overhead. Elbow to knee, inhale and exhale. And in and out. And one more time, in, out, and then bend the knee, grab the foot, extend back, reach the heart open, kick the foot into the hand. How's that feel? Good, and release. Let's take one more child's pose. Come up onto all fours. Take the right hand over to the left side. We'll do a gentle spinal twist here. We've already started to warm up the spine. Now twist it out. Come back to all fours and over to the other side. Long, slow, steady breaths here. Back to all fours, walk your hands forward, one hand's length, curl the toes under, and come to down dog, bending one leg and then the other. Bring the right knee toward your chest, and then extend the right foot out to the right. All right, so right now I've got both hands pressing down, fingertips especially, mound of the index finger. I'm up on the ball of my left foot and the right foot on the little toe side like I'm karate chopping the earth. Maybe you can see that. You can stay here or swivel the left heel down, reach the left arm up to the sky. Lift the hips, open the heart. And release back down. Back to downward facing dog. Bring the left knee to the chest, stick it out to the right. Right now I'm pushing down through both hands, the ball of the back foot and the little toe side of the left foot. Swiveling the right heel down, I can also reach the right arm up to the sky. Bring that hand down. Remove the leg, come back to child's pose. Curl the toes under, lift back to down dog, and slowly walk your feet forward to your first forward fold. Inhale, draw up from the strength and the support of the floor. Draw that energy up the legs into the pelvis. And then as you exhale, send that energy down, up and over the hips, down the spine, out the neck and the head. Do that one more time. Inhale, draw in and up. Exhale, release that energy out. Bend your knees, reach your hands forward for chair, push down through your feet, rise all the way up, bring your hands to your heart. Closing the eyes, begin to notice what you feel on the inside. So I think that's the first step to being able to reach out to other people, is to know your own feelings. So being able to feel yourself from the inside is a great place to start. And then inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, release down. Inhale, step the right leg back to deep lunge and drop the back knee down. So you've got a 90-degree angle in both knees. Move your hips way out to the left. And then watch what happens. As you scoop your tailbone, you rise. Then reach your arms up to the sky. Hugging your legs together, hugging the arms together, and reaching out, extending more, even pushing into the earth. Slowly start to turn over to the left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. And then bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Slowly walk your left foot out to the left and make the toes 45-degree angle. Separate your hands apart here, keeping your inner thighs moving back. Release the heart toward the floor. You want to come onto your elbows if that's accessible to you. You always can use a block under your elbows too. If you're kind of right in between your straight arms, bent arms, the block might seem like the logical thing rather than forcing yourself down onto your elbows. And then bring your hands back down for downward facing dog. Step your feet out as wide as your sticky mat. Spin your inner thighs back and reach your heart back towards your thighs. Push your hands away from you. So you've got long arms, long spine. The head releases between the arms. Inhale, draw the energy up your hands, through the arms and into the heart. As you exhale, send that energy up the spine and over the hips and down the legs. Do that one more breath with me. Inhale, draw in, and exhale down. Good, drop the knees down, bring the right foot up between the hands, and bring the hips out to the right. Scoop the tailbone and rise. Lifting up in gratitude, pushing down, recognizing where you come from. And then turning, twisting, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. And then as you bring the hands down, bring them onto the inside of your right foot. Walk the right foot out to the right. Take the toes out about 45 degrees. Keep your hips lifted as you slowly start to lower the heart. Do you stay here? Do you use a block? Or can you easily come to the floor? You decide here. But this time, as you come into this posture, this is a very self-reflective, inwardly focused posture. I want you to think about and see if you can notice any hidden biases that you have, so that we can awaken to a new understanding. And I think when we come from privilege, we forget, right? We forget that there are other people. We can't even comprehend what it must feel like to not know where your next meal is coming from, or experiencing violence in the home, or being treated differently because of the way you look. We can't even comprehend that. So can we turn inward and recognize the fact that we can't comprehend that? Removing that blinder, coming to a new understanding together. Good, go ahead and rise up. Bring the right toes facing forward, straightening the back leg and stepping that foot forward to forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, together into the heart one more time. And inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up, and exhale down. This time stepping the left leg back to deep lunge, swivel the back heel down, make a little more space between your feet. And grab your block, place it on the outside of your right ankle. Inhale, bring your left arm up to the sky for triangle pose. Now, there's ways we can tweak this pose by separating the feet apart, moving the inner thighs back, and then scooping the tailbone. Inhale, draw like you're trying to squeeze the legs together, and then exhale, attempt to separate your feet apart. And do the same thing now with your arms. Inhale, drawing the hands toward one another without bending the elbows, and then exhale, send the energy of the heart back out, down into the right arm, up through the left arm. Maybe even turn and look up to the left hand. Bend into the right knee. Bring your arms up to warrior two. Reverse the arms. Stay with the breath. Good. Bring your hands down. Step back to top of a push-up position. Slowly lower down. Untuck the toes, drag the hands back, reaching up to cobra. Release down. Bring your fingertips out to the fronts of your mat, out to the side. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower, look under your right armpit. Press the tops of your feet down as you inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. Let's do one more time each side. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale back to center. And one more time to the left. Good, come back to center. Bring the hands next to the chest. Push yourself back to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up to the sky. Push your hands evenly into the earth. Hug your arms together. And reach that foot down. Left leg reaches up. Swing that foot up and through between your hands. Grab your block. Swivel the right heel down. Bring the right arm up to the sky. Move the inner thighs back. Scoop the tailbone. Send that energy down your front foot and lift and separate the toes, pushing down through the ball of the big toe. Looking up to the top hand. Inhale, squeeze your legs together, and exhale, separate your feet apart, bending into the front leg. Cartwheel your hands up to warrior two. Thighs back, scoop the tailbone, and reverse the warrior. Right hand down the right leg, still bending into the left knee. Good, cartwheel your hands back down, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up to the sky, hands to the heart. And let's do a quick balance posture here before we move down to the earth. Step on your right foot, bring your left foot into the inner thigh, the inner shin, just not the inner knee. Press your hands together. Feel the support underneath you. Move the thighs back, scoop the tailbone, reach the arms up to the sky. Or keep your hands at your heart if you prefer that version. Think stable thoughts here. Draw the rib cage back. Nice job, hands back to the heart and release. Let's go to the other side. So toes facing forward. The other foot's gonna come to the shin or to the thigh. And then hug those together, right? That's how you keep up right here. And move the inner thighs back, scoop the tailbone, hands to the heart, ribs back. Check your gaze. Notice if we were inward focused on this posture, we would kind of fall forward, right? But here we want to lift the heart, we lift the gaze, even lift the arms, like the arms of action, the hands of action. We're lifting up and out of ourselves. Swaying, catching yourself, or if you need to touch down. Good, bring your hands back to the heart. And let's do a quick gate pose. So facing the long end of your mat, curl the toes under. Take the right foot out to the right. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Take the left fingertips down, even with the knee out to the side. Right arm can be up to the sky, or even it might feel really good to reach it as far away from your toes as you can, stretching out the whole side of the body. And then again, we're going to cartwheel the hands, right hand down the right leg, left arm up and over. Stretching out the left side. Good, and release. Bring the knees together. Step the left foot out to the left. The little toe side of the foot is parallel to the short end of your mat, right? So your foot is facing, your toes are facing forward. Inhale, get long side body. And then the right hand comes down into the fingertips, even with the knee. And the left fingertips reach out as far as they can, turning and looking up under the right or the left armpit this time. Cartwheel the hands, left hand down the left leg, right arm up and over, so stretching out the whole right side of the body. Good, and release. Bring both knees together. Facing the front of your mat here, bring the right foot up to your right wrist, walk the left leg back. If you have your blanket handy and you like that under your right hip, go for it. Otherwise, we're going to push down with the hands, almost lifting up the pelvis, turning the inner thighs way out to the right, and then take the right hip back and the left hip forward. Slowly come forward. Using your blanket, your block, your hands, rest your forehead. It's a great posture for turning inward. Slowly lift yourself up. Take the back leg around to the outside of your right ankle, or your right knee. So left knee to right ankle, and then right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Bring the low back in and up with the inhale, and turn and look over the left shoulder. Good, come and unwind. Bring the left knee down, walk the right leg back. Again, we're going to push into the hands, lift the hips, flare the inner thighs to the left. Left hip moves back, right hip moves forward. You can do that as many times as you like to get settled into the posture, and then walk yourself forward. Yourself up. Take the right leg around to the outside of your left knee, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale and lift the low back, lift the heart, gently turn. Stay with the breath. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. Slowly unwind. This time we're going to bring both legs forward, and if this is a position that's a little uncomfortable for you, feel free to sit your hips on. I'll demonstrate for you here. Sit your hips up onto the blanket. In fact, what I'm going to do is sit way on the blanket and then show you what happens as I start to move forward. Now I'm kind of coming off the front of the blanket. Can you see that? And what it does is it helps my low back automatically lift and my heart open. So that sure beats trying to be in that other position, in this position rather, with your back curved and you're trying to get comfortable here. Just by sitting onto the blanket, you can get this upright, lengthened spine. So staying here, inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Lift and separate the toes, but press the heels down. And exhale, reach the thighs back, reach the hips back as you reach the hands forward. Finding your feet, your knees, your shins, the floor, or just staying here, even with your hands on your hips. Inhale, rise. Cross the right ankle over the left knee, and we'll do that again. We'll reach forward toward the left foot. So that's a nice stretch through the left leg. And then here's a couple options. I'm going to move the blanket out of the way so I can show you these options. This might be a nice posture for you here, just pressing into the earth behind you, which you also can do when both legs are straight. I don't think I told you that. So this can be your posture. Or you can bring the left foot to the floor and walk your hips closer to your heel. Lift and separate the toes on your right foot. press the ankle into the knee and the knee back into the ankle. Or you can interlace your hands together, pressing the heel or the arch of the foot into the bicep, and the other knee is in the crook of the right elbow, and lifting the foot toward you and hugging it. They call this baby cradle. And look at how accessible my toe is. I will not suck my toe, but my teacher used to do that to show us because she's so silly. Yes. I don't think she actually did it, she pretended. Yeah. Good, and release. You've got lots of options there. Now, so first of all, we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee and reach forward, lengthening the right hip back. Taking just a few breaths here, and then bringing the foot to, staying here if that feels good to you, stay here, that's the first step. And don't worry about going to step 2 if step 1 doesn't feel good, right? Bringing the foot to the floor, and that might be your posture, or you can walk your hips forward, walk your hands up. Lift and separate the toes on the left foot and press the ankle and the knee together. So, especially after pigeon, that should feel like a little deeper stretch. And then if you want to go deeper, interlace your hands together. The arch of the foot is in the bicep, and the knee is in the elbow over here. And then I'm going to lift the foot, lift the low back, and hug it toward me. And that's a nice deep stretch, but there's no need to go that far if that's not what your body's asking for. So we're just listening to the body, right? Good, and release that. Bring both feet to the floor, lower yourself down, press the elbows down, walk the shoulders together, and then inhale, press the hands down as you lift the hips into bridge. Feet are hips width apart, knees are right over the ankles, and then pretend you've got one of those blocks, or actually place one of the blocks. You could even do one between your feet and one between your knees, just to give you that sense of where you are in space. That's proprioception. When we pay attention to the inside, that's interoception, and yoga helps us with both. Whether you know it or not, right? These things are happening to you by just coming to the mat, just showing up, listening to the body, following the breath. Good. Try to scoop the tailbone toward the block, or the imaginary block if you don't have one between your knees. I'm just showing you what it could be like. And then lower. Remove the block and hug the knees into the chest, rock back and forth here. Circle the knees around counterclockwise and clockwise, and both go opposite directions, like you're rowing a boat here. And imagine all that you're doing to massage the chaos in the low back sometimes. There's lots going on there. So when you create the intentional movement, when you create the space, you change it up a little bit. And now if you hug the knees into the chest, your low back is flat against the ground. It's grounding, right? So you're grounding, rocking back and forth, you're soothing. And then when you're ready, outstretch your legs, press your elbows down, release your hands now, palms face up, and feel the knuckles evenly touching the earth. Feel the back of the head, the shoulder blades, the forearms and the knuckles, the hips, the calves and the heels. And let all the tension go. And then actively press the head down, actively press the shoulder blades down, actively press the knuckles down, actively press the hips down, press the calves and the heels down, and hold everything pressing down into the earth. And then relax. Let all of that go. jaw. Any held tension up in the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, the shoulders, the hands. Continue to rest here. And slowly begin moving the hands and the feet, the arms and the legs, bending the knees and the elbows, hugging the knees into the chest. Hugging the knees in, rolling off to the right side. And then resting in that fetal position on the right side. Take a couple breaths here, and then when you're ready, go ahead and push yourself up to a seated position. Sitting up onto a block or a blanket, separating your knees wide. Sitting up nice and tall, just feeling yourself from the inside out and from the outside in. Using the breath as a guide. As the breath comes in, bring that awareness inward. And as the breath moves out on the exhale, bring the awareness outward. So I'll leave you with this thought. Again, that hurt people, but loved people, love people, and supported people, support people. There is so much waking up to do. What veils do you need to remove that we aren't even aware of? We didn't even know we were wearing the veil. Can we remove that so we can see more clearly the pain of other people, the grace of other people, and can we start to see our place in all of this? I'm looking for my place too, so I'm happy for you to share with me your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for being with me today. God bless you. Thank you.